morning, Instagram. My name is Baker Arena, and I'm one of the board members of Fishing the Good Fight. Today we're going to be out here at Cheesman Canyon, and we're going to do a fish along.
Jennings, founder, executive director of Fishing the Good Fight here at Cheesman Canyon today. We've got a pretty good day set up here. We had a bump yesterday, 50 CFS bump, so that gets the fish a little off their normal game. So we're hoping that's combated with a drop in pressure throughout the day. It's about 30 right now. We expect a little more clouds to come in, so hopefully as these temps warm up and cloud cover comes in, the fish get a little more aggressive, move into some riffles, the header runs, some faster water, and start keying in on some betas once those start popping off a little bit later. We like to wait till we get on the water to really see the water above and below where we're going to fish. The majority of what we'll be fishing today is size 18 to 22s, midges, a lot of pupa, black beauties, top secrets, jujubes, and then some betas once it warms up a little bit. Same thing, 18 to 22 range today. We shouldn't have to go too small unless there's a really small midge hatch that's popping. When there's not anything hatching, we'll be leading with some bigger attractor flies today.
As you can see, both of us have two rods. One of the things I like to do is fish a more technical style of nymphing, European or Czech or French nymphing, and to do that I use a longer rod, about a 10-foot 3-weight, and then I also have a 9-foot 6-weight in case I need to get into some deeper holes or cast a little further. So as you guys can see, made it to the river. You can see some anglers down there. One of the best parts about Cheesman is just how beautiful it is. So now what we're gonna do is kind of evaluate from above and think about where there's gonna be the most fish and try to find a good spot. You know, Cheesman's highly pressured and there's a lot of other fishermen here. And so we wanna give everyone else enough space, but we also wanna find a spot where there's a lot of holding fish. There's about 3,000 fish per mile out here, so I'm not as worried about finding fish, but we want to give everyone some space so everyone can have a good day.
Right now, it's still pretty sunny out here, as you can see. That means there's more barometric pressure pushing the fish down, deeper holes, deeper runs. So that's what we're going to be focused on. The clarity's pretty good, even with the bump, so the goal today is really only sight fishing. We want to find actively feeding fish that are suspended in the water column, see their jaws opening, see some flashes. That's half the battle right there. So if we look at this section of water that we've come up on, this is our traditional riffle, run, pool, tail out. So you can see the riffles up top, it goes into a more traditional deeper run, which we like today with the pressure where it is, into a pool, into a tail out. Now, what we're looking at here is there's a good amount of fish back in this tail out, and a lot of people get distracted by these fish. Most of them are not feeding. You're not going to see these guys moving around. They're not active. You're not going to see flashes. Don't waste your time. We want to find the fish in the pool and that deeper run that are suspended mid-column.
Even though we do see fish, we're not going to go fish at them right away. We need to know a little more information about what's going on with the water. So I actually love a thermometer because that can tell me more about the fish's behavior than a lot of other things. So I ended up just putting the thermometer down in the water, and we'll give it a couple minutes to get the temperature, and then we'll learn a lot more. Jennings is out in tailwater. He's actually seening the water, and what this does, he basically just puts a screen over his net so he can kind of see exactly what's going on with the bugs.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're seening a little below the tail out of this run and pool. The reason we're doing that is we want to see what's actively flowing through the water column. Now, it's always beneficial to turn over some rocks and see what's underneath those rocks. That'll tell you what else is on the trout's menu, but it's not necessarily what they're actively keying on. Those could get dislodged from under the rocks, just like a lot of other larger insects, but we want to see what's actively flowing through the water.
Okay, like we are at about, I don't know, 42, 43 degrees. You know, that's really helpful because trout at about 50 degrees will start to get a little more aggressive and move out into riffles and shallower riffles. But when the water is a little bit colder, they actually like to sit down in deeper holes and deeper pools. And
so after seining the water at the tail out, we found a good amount of midge pupa moving through the water, about a size 22. Perfect little miracle nymph imitation, white and black segmentation. So there is a small hatch going on right now, so we're gonna lead with a tractor midge like a neon nightmare, and then trail with some black beauty pupas and an emerger.
And are those available on the website?
Those are all available on fishingthegoodfight.com.
So in addition to seining the water, we also, it's helpful, Jennings talked about it earlier, to just pull up a rock and see what's going on. So we got a rock, we want a rock that's gonna be in the flows a little bit, and you know, the water's a little slower here, but it's still good enough to see what's going on. So based on what we saw on the water column from Jennings seeing the net, you know, we're looking for midge pupa that aren't very big, you know, size 18 to 22. So you can kind of see up here, I have my lead fly, but down here you're asking, what is this? This is a mop fly. It imitates a crane fly larva. Crane flies they abound in the South Platte, and you know, you can fish them year round. Jennings has a nice fish on right now.
Nice rainbow though. He took size 22 red jujube behind a Pat's rubber legs. He was ready to go.
Later, you know, we had a little bit of success earlier in the day, but things kind of slowed down. Jennings and I decided to move water, and now we found this really nice little spillover. Water's still pretty cold and it's overcast. I don't think it's going to get much warmer, so I think the fish are probably going to stay pretty deep. We have a couple that we've seen right now. They're pretty decent fish, so we're going to try to fish this hole. You know, there's a little bit of Baetis nymphs or Baetis emergers coming off, but you know, for the time being, we'll try to fish some subsurface and then see what happens.
Take your boys on. Get him out of that current. What'd he take, Baker? Nice. Nice.
All right, just hooked up into a nice little brown. He just took a plain red zebra midge. Sometimes simpler is better. Caught another nice little decent sized brown in this hole, probably 12, 14 inches. You can see, looks like he got attacked by a bird at some point, but not a bad fish.
All right, so we just got another pretty brown, second of the day, mixed in with a lot of rainbows. Walked up to a nice run, saw a couple of trout feeding on some Baetis nymphs. Lots of flashes, lots of movement, moving as far as even 3 feet or so to get these nymphs. So tied on a pheasant tail in size 20, and then we trailed that with a olive flashback RS2. He took the pheasant tail. Good fish.
And so you can see, found a nice big old stonefly at the bottom of this rock. That's really all I saw so far, but might want to throw a Pat's rubber legs on or something else to imitate that. Fish, but nice little brown. He gave me a good fight, and we're still fishing, having a good day. Good little pool. Got a really nice bow. Just a simple size 22 gray RS2. Beautiful fish. Let's see if we can show you. Oh, nice fish.
Well, that's it. Hiking out of the canyon. About an hour-long hike out. Went about 3 miles in today. Had a blast. Great day, executed our plan pretty well. We came out with a dozen fish or so. We didn't know how it would be with such a big bump in flows yesterday. That always throws the fish off a lot more than a drop in flow for whatever reason. But we did what we wanted to do. We picked the right bugs. We had some good drifts. Baker had the hotter hand, but I'll get his ass next time.
All right, so we made it back to the car, and we had a really fun day. There is a time there when the fish were eating, and we put a lot of fish in the net, and there's some other times where it was just slower, but that's just kind of how it goes. Good day at Cheesman. If you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to drop us a line, info@fishingthegoodfight.com, or just DM us on Instagram, and we're happy to answer any questions that may arise. Happy fishing.